Good morning, Libra singles, and welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. What I like to do is just get you started for you singles out there with a single reading, okay? If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions, okay? Rest assured, Librans, that this reading will not resonate for each and every one of you out there. But for those for whom this reading is meant, I certainly hope it offers you the information that you're seeking here. All right. So, with this reading today, it's not necessarily going to be a predictive type reading. It's going to be more of an advice reading to just give you various messages or actions that you might want to take in order to manifest as well as to attract that true love that you are desperately seeking here. Okay. This reading, once again, is exclusively for you Libra singles. Okay. I'm going to go on and just get out a pack of cards here. All right. I'm going to shuffle up a few cards and I'm going to discuss with you guys. You know, first I would like to discuss uh, various old traits that it seems that many of you seem to um, always seem to have dealt with, or just old patterns or belief systems that you Librans have been clinging to, and perhaps the reason why you haven't found the relationship that you're strongly seeking here. And then from that point, I'm just going to give you some messages about something within you that you've really taken for granted or you overlook. Okay. And within that energy of that card here, this will urge you to express, that energy a bit more openly. And then, third, I'm just going to provide you with some various actions that you can take to get this love that you seek here. So once again, I'm going to shuffle up a few cards here and take a few out here, and let's see what we have. All right. Let's start off with looking at the cards that fell to the bottom of the deck here. All right. Let's see here. We have, ladies and gentlemen, both worthiness as well as sexuality here, okay? So, with worthiness, ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of suggesting or telling you that it's time that many of you need to really recognize your worth here. And specifically, you certainly don't need anyone else to validate you, all right? This card is telling you that you certainly deserve love, and you are not a defective product, if you will, all right? So this card is kind of urging that many of you singles out there, you need to try to or might consider, opening your heart a bit more and embrace change. It seems that fear perhaps might be even holding you back as well here. All right. And then next, you have sexuality there, ladies and gentlemen. So with having sexuality, attached to that card, it seems that you're not really recognizing your worth when it comes to sexuality, your sexuality here, because I feel that a lot of you seem to be using sex or perhaps your physical appearance to attract love. That's perhaps what you've been doing. I'm kind of getting. And you've often attracted these unrequited type situations because you didn't take the time necessary to really get to know this person. You were only attracted, by the physical, or it could be vice versa. People tend to be attracted to you by that because that's what you sell. I'm kind of getting. Okay? Understand that your temple Librans, it's certainly a castle here, which is what this card is suggesting. All right? You also, just to move along here, this is just basically the bottom energy. This is something that you need to really recognize about yourself, okay? Because you deserve love despite how you've, you know, kind of come into contact with people in the past here. And you can see this woman, you almost can see a nibble hanging out here. So certainly you're using, or many of you have used your sexuality here to kind of gain attention here. But the physical tends to fade, Libra. So you have to look at other things. Stop looking at the physical here. All right. And if you stop doing that, you probably won't, run the risk of attracting these unrequited type situations here. All right. So let's look at your first card here. And basically, once again, Libra, with this card here, it basically, it discusses an old problem, okay, or pattern or belief system that many of you are clinging to, and perhaps it gives reasons why many of you haven't found the relationship that you seek here. So you have yin yang, all right? We both know what that is already. That's the feminine aspect as well as the masculine here. So in the past, I'm kind of getting your energy seems to have been unbalanced here. That's what this card is suggesting. And it still might be for many of you. Okay? So you need to ask yourself like a question of perhaps this. Were you really too passive in a romantic situation, or were you very abrasive with someone or with your previous partners here? Are you continuing on being this way here? Okay. Perhaps there was a codependent type situation. Okay. And it might also be too that I'm getting to that perhaps some of you may be allowed, others in the past to make crucial decisions whether you wanted that to go that way or not without saying anything. You know, it's just I'm feeling such an imbalance here, you know. But in any event, I'm feeling that this card is really urging you that it's really time to touch. You need to adjust the masculine as well as the feminine, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So let's move right along and, look and see what your second card is. And basically, your second card is something, ladies and gentlemen, an energy that resides within you and something that you've taken for granted or you've overlooked, or somehow the energy has been diminished or had perhaps laid dormant in some way. Okay. And so with this card, it kind of, it asks you to really express this energy a bit more here. All right. So you have serendipity. So, of course, this is all about, happy, being happy, and just trusting your universe here. So, this card is suggesting that I'm kind of getting here that, really for you guys not trusting your instincts, seem to perhaps have caused a lot of the havoc that you've been experiencing in your life here. And also with this card, time and it certainly is of an essence, This card is suggesting that while you may feel that, the love that you're seeking is light years ahead here, understand that you certainly have the power within you to manifest this love that you're seeking here. But once again, you have to also be careful of what you wish for here, okay? And it includes even reconciling with someone here because I do feel that many of you have been estranged from someone. Perhaps someone may have hurt you or you may have hurt them, you know. But it's a process here. But you need to really consider those things that I've said at the aforementioned, okay? And I feel that some of you also might even need to stop procrastinating and follow your heart when it comes to moving forward with some creative goal that you would like to kind of do here. You've just been procrastinating quite a bit here. And understand that while things might look very troubling to you right now, your future is certainly not set in granite here. If you don't like what's going on in your life, you have the power to change things here. All right? And I will be posting readings to kind of, show you. Uh, Actually, I'm going to be doing readings on should you stay or go, should you remain in your current situation or, as you are or go, and just to see you both perspectives. Okay? All right? So now let's move on to just give you a few more actions, ladies and gentlemen, that you certainly might consider taking in order to move you in the direction that you're seeking here. I actually selected two cards here. You have emotional freedom as well as boundaries here. So the cards are clearly expressing here, particularly with the boundaries, card there is that many of you seem to, get involved in situations where you really never establish, the appropriate boundaries that I'm getting here. All right. And what the boundary card is really kind of suggesting to you is that, you know, it looks like that many of you in a relationship without kind of establishing boundaries. And it looks like that, you really need to know your worth. I can't stress that enough here. Okay. You need to let your yes be yes, as well as let your no, ladies and gentlemen, be no here. Okay. Because it would, kind of prevent you from constantly being taken advantage of. Some of you seem to, you may even be a pushover for certain types of people here that I'm getting. All right. Stop entering relationships that you know that is certainly contrary to what your belief systems are. All right. And stop giving up things that you like to do in order to satisfy the whims, ladies and gentlemen, of others here. You got to set boundaries from the onset. So you can't expect to, you know, to 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 act like you're a certain way at the beginning of the relationship and then full scream you decide that you don't want to be like that no more. For example, okay, so for you females out there, you tell your men that, okay, I know how to, I love to clean, I love to cook. Or you might do it the first 2 or 3 months, and then after that, you get tired of that shit, don't you? But he ain't tired of it. You shouldn't have said that you liked to do that from the gate. All right. So you can't do that. You got to set these boundaries from the gate. All right. All right. So with that said, here regarding the boundaries here, you also have this emotional freedom. All right. So with that being there, there's also can sometimes cause a problem here too, because it's like some of you are feeling a bit lonely, okay, or even in fact you feel like you're in an abyss of a despair here. You have to learn how to embrace change here. With this card, you certainly can't have your cake and eat it too, Librans. Okay, because with this emotional freedom, it seems that a lot of you feel that if you get in a committed relationship, some aspect of your freedom is going to be taken here. Okay, because I feel that you guys sometimes have secrets, a lot. And you can't be in a loving, trusting relationship if you're going to do that there. And it doesn't mean that your emotional freedom is going to be taken away. You need to openly discuss what it is that you would want in the way of a relationship and, have no fears about things. All right. Again, you tend to fall for people because of the physical or they fall for you for that. So, how is it then that you're going to have a substantial type relationship if you're looking for those qualities within people and you're just rushing and just flitting from relationship to relationship? It only builds more damage to you as well as bad karma. So it seems that you just have to understand that you need to take your time, trust your instincts, and embrace change here. Okay? So, Librans, what I wanted to do here is to also get out another deck here. Okay? I'm going to shuffle up a few cards from my Moonology manifestation deck here to just give you a few more pointers or advice in how you can manifest or actions that you could possibly take to experience or manifest the true love that many of you are in fact seeking here. So, Spirit, give us some messages, additional messages, with some actions that, specific actions that Librans can consider taking moving forward here. And again, this reading is valid until the end of next month here, Libras. Okay? All right. It's time that you take a breather here. I feel that many of you are certainly taking life um, extremely too seriously here, and you just need to take a breather here. It's almost just withdrawing from your situation here and having a more introspective look into your situation and figuring out, Librans, what it is that you will want to do. All right. We also have here that it's time that you embrace the flow of life. Understand that everything goes on in cycles here. All right. You can't force any results that I'm getting here. All right. It's time that you stop procrastinating, as I've already indicated, and really attend to the specific details here. And in doing so, trust that the universe, in fact, knows what it's doing, ladies and gentlemen. It's time that you step into your power, get your control back, and start focusing on things that are much positive, that are more positive. All right. But before doing that, you really need to take a quick reality check at yourself as well as your situation here. Because I feel that some of you have been having unrealistic expectations about, particularly your romantic type situation here. Remove these delusions, Librans, okay? And last but not least with these cards, okay? Believe that good luck surrounds you when it comes to your romantic situation, and believes that an auspicious turn of events is certainly ahead here. So, Libras, in conclusion today, I would like to just leave you with a message simply meant specifically for you here. I'm going to shuffle up my little postcards that I have here that I created for spirit. All right. So here we go. All right. Here is your message here, and I'm going to read it as it is written. Dear you, there is a balance between activity and rest, ebb and flow. You can't have one without the other. If you are faced with an obstacle right now, the best course is to surrender and non resistance. Soon enough, you'll see how easy it is to flow around it. Now is one of those times when you must trust the river of your life. Go with the flow. In no time, you'll reach what you have your heart and hopes set on. Just remember, Spirit will keep your head above water and will direct the currents. When it's time for a greater effort, you'll know exactly when you'll need to work the manifesting muscles. It can be challenging to master the flow cycles of your life, but as you develop your skills, affluence will be yours. Enjoy the flow and trust those currents, for we're right there with you with our little umbrella drinks, smiling at your success. Love you so very much. Okay? So, Librans, this is what I have for you. I certainly hope that this reading has offered the information that many of you are seeking, particularly for you singles out there, and things that you might want to do in order to manifest that loving, truthful relationship that you're seeking. Okay? Remember to like and share. If you've yet to subscribe, Levens, please take a few moments out to subscribe. And if you'd like to have a more personal reading, you can certainly contact me at will.brown at watconsultinginc.net. Do enjoy your day, and I look forward to hearing your comments. Thanks a lot.